Hi Capricorn, welcome to April and also welcome to Barbados. Thank you guys so much for everything. You guys are amazing. Okay, let's see what comes out for you. King of Wands with the Justice card. Look at the red. Actually, the first thing that I noticed was the red. Can we tap into the root chakra here? Can we talk about that for a second? This is base power. Like, you guys are tapping into kind of the animal humanness at this particular moment in time. Like, there's a churning going on. There is a weird calm in the air right now, okay? And I talked about this in several other signs. You know, we are in the halfway point between the eclipses, right? The Cancer Capricorn axis, Aries is right in the middle. So here we are in this interesting valley of energy. Sorry, that glare, that's from the window. I'm going to try not to have too much glare. And so when we're in this valley, it's an amazing time to do the setting of intentions, to, you know, think about your future, to think about where you are now, to do the meditations, ... and all, you know, those kinds of things. But it's also really, really important sometimes to just enjoy the nothingness. Now, if you recently had an upset, because I actually had a lot of Capricorns emailing me being like, where is the reading? Where is it? When is it going to be posted? Like, there was a feeling of desperation coming through a little bit from your sign. And I know that the, you know, Pisces season is really a weird time. Mercury retrograde, really a weird time. We still have Pisces stuff going on. The retrograde starting. Like, I know that this is an interesting time. And it truly is a major turning point. It's not a nothing time, you know. But it's a time for us to really understand how prepared we actually are. How prepared we are for whatever life needs to bring us. Because if we feel unprepared, if we feel insecure, if we feel nervous, if we feel scared, we are automatically giving our power away. 100%. It's just like gone. And then how are you going to handle it if you have no power? So the balance quality, the Libra energy coming out fierce. And it's not because, well, maybe you're dealing with a Libra. That's, of course, a possibility. But honestly, it's more about the steadiness. And if you guys know any mature Libras out there, you know how relaxed and chill they are. Because there's nothing that can disrupt them because they are so incredibly centered. And it's a very spiritual thing, actually. Libras being very spiritual in that way. Because there's that innate knowing of when something is out of balance or out of whack. They just know. If it's an evolved Libra, obviously. An unevolved Libra can be like all over the place, you know. But this is suggesting good things. And I know that you've been working really hard on bringing good things to you. You know, you're working on career goals and all that. But I also know that not a lot is grabbing, like it's not taking. And you're just going to have to deal with that. The markets are weird right now. People are being weird right now. Everyone is in this valley. Politics, especially in America, are in a really weird state. Like, everything is just weird. And I know you can feel it. I know you can feel it brewing. So you can do all the future focused stuff, but my recommendation actually would be to do nothing. Can you guys do that? Is that a Capricorn thing? Can I tell a Capricorn to do nothing? You guys are always doing something. Always something. If you love it, go for it. You know what? Actually, I'm not feeling those. Hold on. I'm not feeling those at all. There was like this voice like, don't take those cards. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. This one's better. Okay, so Mercury retrograde in your third house, right? Yeah. Ooh, yeah, okay. So there was a breakdown in communication of some kind. Yeah, okay. There was a misunderstanding. There was a fight, maybe. I'm kind of getting a more aggressive feeling from this card, actually. Something fell off the table. Someone doesn't understand. They don't understand you. They don't understand the thing. And it's fine. I don't even see it. I don't know. Your back's turned to it. It's almost kind of like a non-issue. It happened. What was said was said. If you guys are having relationship problems, I just feel like right now your attention absolutely needs to be more on the internal balance, because when you are internally balanced, the external balance just naturally happens. If you're dealing with someone who doesn't understand this concept, it can be a lot more challenging. So to find a way to diplomatically talk to them about that, you know, not in a sarcastic, mean kind of way, no judgment, right? Here, it is a card of justice, but it's also very non-judgmental. It's very compassionate. I would say normally this card, not a lot of compassion, but with the Leo card, yeah, definitely a lot of compassion. You taking on an air of compassion toward another person's humanness, toward another person's mistakes, toward your own mistakes, maybe even. Ace of Wands and the Chariot. You know you're going places. You know that this is all, it's because life is always leading somewhere. There's always a tomorrow. There's always a next, in the next hour. It's always coming, you know. So you know everything's leading somewhere. I love all the red, like for reals. I'm looking at these three cards. Sorry, let me hold it up one more time. I know you've already seen them a few times, but like the red of the wings, the red of the robes. I mean, it's so vibrant. It's like glowing red, root chakra, force, like really Mars, Aries oriented, which is beautiful for this time. And then to get the Ace of Wands, it's like boom, even more of that kind of energy, even more of that Aryan cardinal, fellow cardinal energy. Being so promising of fruitfulness. So whatever you set your mind to, whatever the goals you have, there is fruitfulness. Aries is all about planting seeds. That's what it is. That's what it's here for. Because in Virgo season, we harvest, you know? So plant the seeds. There's a divine order coming through with the Chariot card. Substantial divine order. You are so prepared. Now, did I talk about this already? You are so prepared because of all the crap that that life is kind of thrown at you. If you perceive it that way, you know, just the stuff. That no matter what happens now, there's nothing you can't really handle. Chariot is the Pharaoh. There's upward mobility. There's ascension happening here. And again, the dualistic nature of the black and white and the directionality, each one going in a different direction. But when you align the Sphinx, that is when you can go. The scales, same thing. The Sphinx or the scales, doesn't matter. Chariot is kind of your vibe. I mean, it's a card of Cancer, okay? There's a card of Cancer, which is your opposite. So it's very much a part of you. The mobility, the power, the drive, the ambition. Cancer is kind of like a more quiet version of that, you know, because it's like the moon energy. It's more nurturing. But I mean, still, like, you guys are on that same polarity. So you definitely have it. You share it. And there is an energy of like, let's move. And you can move and enjoy the emptiness all at the same time, because movement during a period of emptiness is the best kind of movement, because then there are no expectations of anything. And usually when we don't have expectations, that's when like all this stuff starts happening. You know, that's why this Ace of Wands is coming out, because this is all the stuff that starts happening when you act and you perform in a state of no expectations and in a state of faith and from a place of balance. There's so much like dignity here. And dignity was a theme last month too. The past couple months, dignity has been a thing because I think a lot of people lost their shit. You know, they really lost it. They made major mistakes. They said really wrong things. And a lot of people threw a lot of really good things away just because they didn't understand the inner stirrings and the inner workings of what was going on. Hopefully you were able to maintain your dignity. See, here's someone who might not really understand that. Here is someone who is freaking out that the Two of Cups is reversed. Here is someone that wants to control the upside down Two of Cups. There was a miscommunication, they freak out. They don't understand something, they don't see it from your perspective, they freak out. They're trying to push themselves on you. They're trying to force you to see it their way, but they're making no effort whatsoever to see it your way. And I think right now they're the desperate ones. Maybe internally you guys are a little bit like freaking out, but the composure, right? They are the ones. Maybe some of you do relate to the Knight of Swords a little bit. And I gotta tell you, if you're feeling that, if you're feeling like, why won't this person forgive me? Why won't this person listen to me? Why won't this person do this or that or da 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 da? Like, stop, chill out, ask yourself where you went wrong and where you were responsible. Forgive yourself and approach with respect. And if you're a Capricorn and that's someone else, you're like, oh yes, thank God, like that's exactly what they need to hear. Approach with respect. Approach, you have to respect the occurrence of the Two of Cups reversed. You have to respect the thing that happened. You have to respect the mismatch. And when you come up to the table knowing that already it's not equal, right? Already you're not on the same page. This is a negotiation. And it's about finding an offer. It's about finding a arrangement that makes sense for both. I think Capricorn at this point could take it or leave it. They can do without just fine. And so if you're dealing with a Capricorn and you really want them in your life, just know that they don't need you. Capricorn never needs anyone. They're extraordinarily, you know, self-reliant. They can take care of themselves, and God knows how much they've been caring about people for a really long time. It's part of what they do as an earth sign. They take care of people. And when they get screwed over, it's like, you know, like no one cuts people off faster than a Saturn ruled sign, right? Aquarius, Capricorn, like it's just, whoa. So you have to respect that. Here's Capricorn too. Okay, Capricorn. I love these cards coming out together. I'll tell you why. Because Capricorn, like never before, you are stepping into a level of power that you've never experienced, okay? The Capricorn card, the Devil, Saturn ruled. See, you are learning that Saturn is actually your best friend. It's not about the structure, it's not about organization, it's not about the institutions. It's about your relationship with Saturn as your master, right? Saturn, Jupiter, like they're professors, they're teachers. They have, Saturn and Jupiter, right? They provide wisdom. They just do it in very different kinds of ways. Saturn is more harsh, but also Saturn is the reason why we succeed so quickly, because he's going to make you do that extra rep. He's going to make you do that extra lap. He's going to make you work that extra hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. He's going to make you do the hard stuff. And because of that, you are better. But see, at a certain point, the master has to acknowledge the success and the hard work of the student. And at a certain point, the student earns the respect of the master. And here you are sitting firmly as your, I always say, like the Prince of Darkness, right? It's so in control and so much knows how to use the dark stuff. You know, like you're not a victim of your darkness anymore. You're not a victim of the hardship. You're not a victim of all the stuff that life has thrown at you. You are at a position now where you know that that's a part of you and you know how to use it. And you see it in other people. And I have a feeling that you see a darkness in this other person and you see that this person is unexamined and they don't even know it's there. They don't even know what that means. To say to someone, you have a darkness, what does that even mean? A lot of people aren't going to know what that means. They think it's bad. The way that you probably thought it was bad at one point. But see, when you start earning the respect of the master starts to release his grip and starts to set you free. And I think you are finding freedom. And it's all in here, right? There's nothing out there at all. None of this is happening out there. This is what this Saturn retrograde is going to be. Saturn is going to say like, okay, Capricorn, show me what you've learned. Totally off the path that I just took. I'm getting interesting directions. Okay, so like here you are, King of Wands. That person, right, your back turned to that person here. But with this setup, and I'll put the camera down in a second so you can see, you are facing. So I'm wondering if from a practical standpoint, you are confronting the thing, because it is something you still need to take care of. It is something you still need to address. You know, you can't turn your back on it entirely. Although I do think that your heart and your spirit is very much moving into a new space. They can feel it. They know that the only reason Capricorn is still entertaining them is because there's a practical reason. It's money, there's assets involved, there's risk. You know, and Capricorn is not about to just throw the hard work away. Again, the roles can be flip-flopped. So if you're cross-watching and you're like, Capricorn is totally being the Knight of Swords right now, that's fine. You know, this is general, so you got to kind of make it fit for your story a little bit. Seven of Wands. There are struggles at play. There are obstacles still. You have the strength and the know-how to deal with it. It's not really a thing. Not when you have the Saturn card, the Devil, the Chariot, and the Justice card. Like, not even a thing, you know, especially because this is a number 7, and the Chariot in the very center of the reading is the number 7. Yes, some obstacles. The obstacle with the Chariot card is trying to get the Sphinx running in the same direction, getting your duality, right? Really more about transcending duality, which is really tough. Like, I don't know that anyone here watching tarot is truly transcendent of duality, but we can all get there in layers, right? We can all get there step by step. So it's an additional, you know, you're making your way there. I also think that there's something worth fighting for. The coming to terms, coming to peace, finding an agreement, getting on the same page, working together. Like, you're both sitting at the table, at least. You're both there, you're facing one another, you're looking at one another, So it's not like anyone's abandoned each other, you know, it's not completely over. So you're both there. It's just a matter of finding that middle ground and finding a way to really make it work. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera down. We're going to pull, let me get this situated here. Okay, hold on. So you guys can see how the cards are laid out. All right. Now let's pull. There's no, sorry for the noise upstairs. Oh, hold on. I'm in an Airbnb here in Barbados, and upstairs neighbors just arrived last night, so. So let's see what comes out here. This is my golden universal. Ah, Ten of Swords. A King of Swords. I think these kings are absolutely you. You know, you could be dealing with a Gemini, an Aquarius, you know, a Libra, lots of air for sure. But I think you're the king in all of this. I genuinely do. I think it's an interesting dynamic between the softness and the harshness. I know you're being very harsh to an extent. I also know that you know where to draw the limit. Right? I know you know where to draw the limit. Aquarius also being Saturn ruled, you know? So you're a Saturn ruled, here you go. Aquarius being Saturn ruled. So, you know, sometimes we do need to be the teachers for other people too. Ten of Swords is a suggestion that something is very much over and done and played. Everybody is tired. Okay, I'm not going to pull these because I wasn't specifically clarifying everything, but just so you guys can see what came out. There is absolutely a positive outcome with all of this. Here is that napping, right? The emptiness, the nothingness, the calm, right? It's so weird, like in spite of all of this, you are weirdly so calm. There's going to be a good outcome with that Sun card, so I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, I really wouldn't worry too much. Okay, let's focus on Justice now. See what Justice has to say. So these are going to be the cards we cover in the comprehensive. The link will be in the description box, so you can join us there if you wish. I'm just going to introduce the cards to you. Okay, Hierophant, and a card of Capricorn too, Queen of Coins. Love the Hierophant, 2 cards of Taurus, really steadfast, self-reliant. Like we all know you can take care of yourself, like I said before. 3 of Swords, of course. Let's look at the 2 of Cups. Four of Coins, 3 of Wands, the Ace of Coins. Ace of Coins suggesting, we're going to pull cards now for the King of Wands. Ace of Coins suggesting the outcome, you know. Definitely a level of indifference. Like, I don't know, you're not about to like be all nice at this moment. You're ready to talk, you're willing to work it out, but you're not really needing to be nice. It just is what it is. I mean, everything seems to be so matter of fact for Capricorn right now. There's the Sun again, card of Aquarius, card of Leo, and the 5 of Swords. Interesting, that 5 of Swords. We'll talk about it. I think there's a rejection. There seems to be a little bit of a rejection of like the healing, if I'm being honest. I think some Capricorns are going to be, or have a tendency to sink back into patterns that have been, you know, that like you're really trying to break, but you're going to find yourself repeating certain things, I think. Wow, another Chariot card. Chariot card for the Knight of Swords. Let's do one more for the Knight of Swords. Wow, this person seems to be very adamant about their change. Wow, Knight of Swords again. They seem to be genuinely trying to change, like really, really, really. Are they annoying? Are they frustrating? Are they hard to work with? Yeah. They probably cling to negative things. It's going to get worked out. That Two of Cups gets turned back over. It's going to work out. It's going to be okay. Really, really think about what you want the outcome of this to be. And more for yourself. Like, what do you want the outcome of this to be for you? Let's look at the Ten of Swords now. All the kings coming out. Every single king making an appearance. Basically like an emperor, right? Oh, King of Swords to clarify the King of Swords, okay? This person seems to really want to be coming out from the cold. And Capricorn, man, you can make people feel like they are out in the cold, for real. So if you make a decision about what you want the outcome of this to be, you have to then actually make the efforts to get that outcome. You know what I mean? You have to actually do the things. This person really wants to come in. They can't handle the blizzard, okay? All right, you guys. If I don't see you on the website, I will see you next month. Thank you so, so much. Take care. Bye-bye.